2019, what a year in MLS. In the end, the glory belonged to the Seattle Sounders, who won their second ever MLS Cup. But with the new franchises, new stars, big personalities, and plenty of goals, there are so many memorable moments to look back on. Let's start with a man who looks to have played his last MLS game, recently departed LA Galaxy striker, the one and only Zlatan Ibrahimovic. His second season stateside provided all the kinds of headlines you'd expect, and, as usual, they weren't limited to his performances on the pitch. The latest in the long line of stars at the Galaxy, it works on so many levels. You've got to respect anyone who scores 30 goals in a season at the age of 38. And he helped the Galaxy to a postseason after 3 years away. After failing to advance past local rivals LAFC, Zlatan and the Galaxy mutually agreed to part ways. But he's left them with some incredible memories and left us with some classic sound bites. I came, I saw, I conquered. You wanted Zlatan, I gave you Zlatan. Now go back to watching baseball. Fantastic. Across the city, Carlos VELA arrived at LAFC last season, absolutely transforming the franchise in the process. Named MVP in his debut year, he was MLS's top scorer with 34 goals, making his mark in the league after being criticized for leaving Europe to play alongside supposedly lesser talent.
There's Blackman! Carlito!
Almost overnight, LAFC became one of the best teams in the Western Conference, with VELA their main orchestrator. Having only just turned 30, the Mexican has a bright MLS future ahead of him and seems to have found the perfect fit in LAFC. Defending the MLS Cup? Well, it wasn't to be for Atlanta United. After a rough start to the season, with new coach Frank de Boer, the loss of Miguel Almiron to Newcastle, but one of the state's coolest clubs, still ended up making headlines. The club went more than 7.5 hours without conceding a single goal this year, keeping 5 consecutive clean sheets. And although 2018 MLS MVP Josef Martinez came second to Carlos VELA in scoring charts, he did find the net 15 consecutive games, the most in MLS history. After 2 years at DC United, Wayne Rooney called time on his MLS career. With 48 goals and 50 assists from up top as a playmaker, the United States definitely saw the Waza we all know and love. Heading back to England to take up a player-coach role at Derby, he'll be missed by DC United supporters and fans of the league as a whole. And finally, Seattle. We've long had a soft spot for the Sounders here at Copa 90, and it was a season that'll long live in memory for them, winning the MLS Cup on home turf. For the third time in 4 seasons, they played Toronto FC in the final at CenturyLink Field, in front of a crowd just short of 70,000. Roared on by one of the biggest and most passionate fan bases in the league, the Sounders won the last 6 games of the season to secure glory. 3 goals in the last half hour settled an otherwise even final and sparked some brilliant scenes in the stands. A huge amount of credit has to go to coach Brian Schmetzer for bringing home 2 MLS Cup wins in 4 years with only the 6th biggest wage in the whole league. They may not have the biggest names, but that's not stopping them.
MLS Cup 2019, Rave Green rules.
Well, that's it for our recap of the MLS 2019 season. Next year marks the MLS's 25th anniversary, so make sure you tune in for what's likely to be the greatest season yet.